What's going on, people? Got some footwear to do a quick little unboxing and maybe some kind of review of. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on into that. It's fairly late in the evening here. It's what, 9:15. I'm not trying to be over here all night. You know what I'm saying? Got stuff to watch. I'm trying to get my way through this Marvel What If thing. Got a few more episodes, so that's what I'm doing. So where's the top of this box here? Actually, I don't think I'll need the knife for this one. Or I will. As soon as I said that, it started to give me problems. But let's go ahead and just power through this, right? There's some crazy adhesive in here. But I guess if you want to get in there enough, you're going to get in there, right? It would seem that way anyways. Wow, this is like the worst box in the world. Or maybe I'm just like the worst box opener in the world. I don't know. But we're getting in there. Slowly but surely. But that is some really sticky stuff. So if you ever order anything from End, know that your box is going to be secure. So I'm going to set this down over here, right? This box look familiar to anybody? It should. I just did this unboxing not that long ago over a pair of these slides. Only difference being that these ones are going to be more in line with the size that I want. If I can get it out of here. So there you go. And then down here off camera, what do you know? Here's the other side of it. So this is going to be a size 8. UK. So size 9 US, 9 UK, 10 US, right? Because this one, the thing about these, this is the New Balance Martian slide, right? Hey, Chip, what's going on? It's been a long time since I've seen you around here. Which I get it. There's a lot of better things to do, so don't take that as me looking down on you. If anything, I should look up to you for having something valuable to do with your time. So this right here, I bought these. These are just big slides in general. Even at true to sizing or whatever, looking at them side by side with something else, they're just big. So this one should work out a little bit better, and then I'll just hand this one on over to Dad, and yeah, perfect. You can't quite see it because my foot's down here, but take my word for it, there's that. This is working out a lot better. So might have to do some little update, not update, but a little follow-up of sorts to that video I put up a day or two ago. Let's see. What was that? Sunday night? No, Monday night I put this one up. So yeah, things are working out better. Not going to get into the whole thing, but just know those are the New Balance Fresh Foam Martian slides in bright lapis, and I like them a fair amount. We're going to move on though. Got another box. This one is right here. So as you can tell, it's a little smaller, so that sometimes means it's not for me, right? Not saying I have big feet, but my boxes seem to be like a little bigger than this. This is often the grade school size of things, and it happens to be a grade school shoe. So I'm going to show you real quick in a second what it is while you sit there and consider guessing what it could be, right? Any guesses out there? You only got a couple seconds to get those in. Bam, and here's the giveaway. This is the Pollen 1 box, right? Because on the side of there, as it says, it's a Pollen 1 on the inside. So let's pull this thing out here. This is the man size one, right? Or at least, a men's size, I guess. So here's the thing, right? I liked these a fair amount. I thought they were pretty cool. And I thought since the prices are pretty low, maybe I'll do one of those grade school comparison things that I do from time to time, right? Get Mom a pair. She likes black and yellow. She's also from Iowa. That's kind of how that whole thing plays out, right? So I thought I'll get her a pair. She can have them in her little collection, which is actually not so little nowadays, and show another pair of shoes off to her little friends. So pull this pair out. Mine also, as you see with this little thing, came from the StockX too, right? That's, like I said, that's how I knew that the prices were pretty decent. So go ahead, pull this thing out, see if there's anything that's really different about them. Probably not. I think with the Jordan 1s, they're usually all basically the same. So far, the only difference I've noticed when doing these, that comes to mind anyways, was about the bottom of the Jordan 12, because they don't have that cool little print on the grade school ones. And I think there might have been, no, actually, and I think the Jordan 9s were the same. But real quick, just got to look these things over and see what I'm seeing, make sure everything's fine, no blemishes and whatnot. And yeah, things are looking good. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and pull this thing out real quick right here. So as you see, men's size comes with like those black and the white laces in there. Children's size comes with the black and the white laces over there. Little StockX thing. Hopefully she takes that off before she starts wearing them. Actually, yeah, because, well, she should, but whatever. So either way, that's what's going on here. As you can see, they do both look very much the same, which is cool. There's no like extra detailing on these or anything, so it's probably pretty easy to just knock that out that same way. So yeah, these are basically just like a smaller version. I don't think there's a little bit of a blemish on the outside here. You kind of see that there. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, for $80, it's just like, yeah, whatever. Besides, I don't think she'll really care either. But when I look at these, the sizing wise, or that's going to be what is 7 over here, which is an 8.5 in women's. So that's going to be for her, whatever. So I think she'll be cool with them. Material wise, things are feeling pretty much the same as well. So if you liked these, you'll like these as well. So yeah, I got no complaints about them. Everything seems to be pretty good. Again, slight blemish on the side, but I'm not going to concern myself with that. The price was low enough. If I'd bought these from a store, maybe then I'd care because I would have paid more or whatever. But given the way these were, I probably could have also just gone back to the store and asked for an exchange or something. But that's why you should always check your stuff before you leave the store, right? So you don't have that situation. But yeah, I'm going to have to get some kind of video thrown together because I'm supposed to be seeing them relatively soon. I'm going to go see Jerry Seinfeld in a couple weeks. So got to get this video done before that. Right? Yeah, which shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, it's not like a full on feet type of thing. I did a video the other day for those Ninja Turtles ones. That was like a same day project, right? Shooting, recording. Well, shooting is recording. Recording, editing, all the little photos in the background that I have to get together. And then sit down in the lab and knock that thing out, But now this next one is an actual real thing to talk about because it's something new to me. It's this big old box over here. So let's get on into that. While I'm doing this, did anybody happen to pre-order that timed exclusive or timed edition version of the Bane figure from Mondo Shop? If you're into Batman the animated series, this is kind of cool. It's got like a little perforation thing right across the top. If anybody's into the Batman the animated series, Mondo, they do have a 1/6 scale Bane, and it looks fantastic. The timed edition is only available until the 29th, which I believe is Monday. So get on there, check it out, see if it's for you, and then order it. I have a bunch of Mondo figures over there. They're all very cool. So I would suggest it, even though the price is kind of up there and the sizing is a little unnecessary for most people. It's something that. All right. And this is actually really nice. And then you got the shoes like right in there. You got some Pumas. See that PlayStation thing on the top? They're the PlayStation shoes from Puma, right? I mean, you probably put that together for yourself, I would hope. So I guess we'll just do this one first since it's the one that's on top at this point. Well, this is that box right there. So there you have that. Like I was saying, on the top, you got this PlayStation thing. Also, real quick, Killamab, is it 42, I want to say? He told me about these last week. Otherwise, I would have had no idea. So I was able to get on the Puma thing and get these ordered with a small discount because like they have all these sales all the time and their codes seem to work on everything. So things like 10% off, which isn't a whole lot, but these were also only $100. So, they were already cheaper than I expected them to be. So I'm used to like other stuff that is a little higher priced. So then when it was like only 100 and with like a 10% discount, I was like, oh yeah, let's get both of them, right? So let's do that. So there you go, side of the box, whatever's on the side of the box, right? I'm not gonna read it to you because I don't want to read it. Got a bag in here with some extra laces, so that's something. I can get this out of here. See that? Some black laces going on here. Nothing on the tips, unlike those Ninja Turtle shoes that I was talking about recently. Those had branding and whatnot on them, which was nice. Now, this is one of those situations where the shoes are individually wrapped. I'm not a huge fan of that. Adidas is big on doing that with some of their collaboration shoes. I don't like it. The shoes are really nice, but, not a fan. So this is the white pair, which is cool because I actually like them more. So I'm glad we're starting off with this one. But let's go ahead and get both of them out here. It's only half a review if you only look at half the shoes, right? So let's just do that. Make this huge mess on the floor. All right. And much like the last pair of Pumas that I bought, well, the first pair of Pumas I bought, the last ones were the Beavis and Butthead. They do have the little plastic over the top piece there, right, over the tongue, which is something. So there we go. Let's go ahead and look these over real quick, and then we'll knock out some kind of review on this right here, which is the white Puma PlayStation Suede. Should have said that in a slightly different order, but I think you kind of get where we're going. So anyways, down across the bottom, check that out. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, I think so anyways. I don't know what you think, but feel free to comment down below. Over here, same sort of thing. Got some icy blue type of thing with a little bit of a gradient action going on. Onto the upper, it's going to be your standard suede, as the name would imply, right? But deep in there, you see that? Got all these little etchings in there for like all the PlayStation symbols. On the back, you got a nice PlayStation sort of logo happening. Switching back over to the front, standard laces, right? You do have the black ones, like I said, in that little bag over there. Puma stuff at the top with some more PlayStation things. And then that's going to be, for the most part, it. Down on the inside, blue inside, right? With the little PlayStation and the Puma. And I didn't quite show you, I don't think, but there you have it. There's the Puma in there as well. Otherwise, the style on the bottom is basically going to be your standard Puma bottom, right? So there you go. There's that. I like these. Oh, and you got this little leather style. Oh, it's kind of dirty on the outside there. I don't know what that's all about, but whatever. Like I said, $100, I could honestly care less. Or maybe I couldn't care less. I don't know. So yeah, a little bit of leather there, and then a little bit of Puma down on the back, which I just noticed because you can kind of barely see it. So there's going to be that for you, people. So on this one, only difference being you have this little hang tag thing, right? So you got a little Puma logo in there and all that stuff happening. So that's pretty much it. So I'm going to set this box over here. There are so many boxes over here on the floor because I just did like a bunch of videos on Sunday and I've cleaned up none of it. So I'm going to move on. Talk about this one. See that? Yeah, you do. Looks a lot like the first one, right? So this one has a bag of laces in it as well. Want to guess what color they might be? Did you guess white? Well, you would have been correct. So there you go. There's that. It's making me want to turn my PS5 on. You know, mine has been on standby for so long. I went all out of my way to get this thing. Well, not really. I've put in very little effort to get it. But I was all looking forward to it, you know. And I've had it forever. And I've probably put I could probably count how many hours I put into this PS5. And a lot of them were spent playing Tony Hawk, which isn't even a PS5 game. But I'm a huge Tony Hawk guy, though. So if anybody wants, I don't think that's online, is it? Or like for multiplayer. I don't really know, honestly. Okay, this one isn't wrapped, so that's cool. All right, so now we have the black version, right? So there you go, looking at all this stuff. Very much the same thing. Personally, like I said before, I don't like the black one as much, which is weird because normally I'm not so much into like these grayish white shoes, but in this case, that was the way to go. So real quick, knocking this thing out, down there across the bottom, right? Same thing you saw before, right? Some of it shows up just a little bit better here because we can do a comparison, right? So because then you look at the bottom, right? Yeah, a little bit different, but mostly the same. Looking at the upper, a little bit different, but mostly the same. And then looking at this piece, though, very different, but mostly the same. And I say that because it's black, right? And I don't know if you can really see that down in there. It's not really showing up a whole lot. Kind of there you to go. You do have the same PlayStation buttons down in there in the details of the upper or whatever, but it just doesn't show up so great. So it kind of makes these look like just a plain black shoe, which is kind of not so cool. I mean, it still has the big PlayStation thing on the back, right? And then on the top piece, sure, but depending on what kind of pants you wear, this may also be hidden. So there's that. And then the swoosh here feels like some cheap plasticky type of thing. I don't know what's going on in there, but not a huge fan of it. So materials wise, right? Well, let's see what's going on the inside. Pretty plain, right? Standard black and white. So yeah, this pair is definitely like the inferior pair in my personal opinion. What that means to you, probably not a whole lot, and I get it. But I'm just saying because, you know, I'm sitting here talking about stuff, so whatever I think usually comes out. Anyway, so looking down on here, right, you see all this, and this other one has the hang tag thing, in case you're curious. Let me pull that thing up. So it's the same hang tag on both of them. There's no like color switching or whatever. So looking at these here, to me, I just like this one better because the stuff stands out more. It's better. I didn't know this in the pictures, but it's better material on the little Puma line. If there's a line, a name for that, I don't know, but it just looks better, right? At least in my personal opinion. Like kind of like the bottom of this one more than this one, but again, it's the bottom. So what's that really even matter? The upper is like the main deal. And even then, like this one feels better, like because you look in here and it looks like some low suede type of get that thing out of the way. Some kind of low suede type of thing going on in here, right? There's that little bit. Not quite focusing so much, but this one it feels like it really just feels like the normal, somewhat hairier suede type of thing going on. So that also plays into why you probably can't see these things as much. I mean, I get it. It's also black, but yeah, all in all, not so great, but I didn't really care. I figure I'm just going to get both because why not? Which is probably why this one's still in stock on the Puma site and maybe other places too. So there's that. And actually, while we're talking about PlayStation things, got one more box to open up over here because it's mildly related. Get in here like that. I like these. I like these Amazon boxes because it's like even with I don't have like long nails, but apparently like they're just long enough to cut through an Amazon box. So on the subject of PS5s, I did finally. So many people told me to watch They Live, so I just went out and bought it. Right, this is the Steelbook 4K edition, so I'm going to make some use out of this PS5. Right, as you can see at the top, 4K HD plus the Blu-ray. So now I can finally see what all the fuss is all about. I spent all that money on those shirts, might as well watch the movie. So I'm going to make some use of this PS5 at some point. But that being that, I'm going to see, is this the right one? It is not. Where is the other one? There, there it is. So real quick, just going to go recap the things that I talked about and move on with my evening. This right here started off with the New Balance Fresh Foam Martian Slide in Bright Lapis. I will say this fits a lot better than the last one did. Like it's still bigger than I would expect a slide to be or would want a slide to be because this is just a large build, but very cool, very comfortable. So if you're looking at slides, consider those. Moved on, talked about some of these for a little bit. This is the Jordan 1 Pollen in the grade school size, right? Which is why it might look a little more compact than usual. So I'll be knocking out a quick comparison review video thing and then sending these off to mom because at that point I will have no use for them, right? So lucky her, she gets to get all kinds of random stuff just because it's stuff I use to make videos when the prices are right or when the raffles go my way. So it's been working out. She's pretty grateful for that. So that's cool. Finishing off, we'll take this one right here. Finishing off things, we had the PlayStation Pumas, right? And in case you're wondering, the Dazed and Confused are on the way. I'll be talking about those soon, right? So maybe in a couple days, maybe Thursday or Friday, I guess I'll be sitting here talking about that. So either way, yeah, these right here, got the white pair, got the black pair, obviously, right? Like I was going all into, the white pair is my personal favorite of the two. It's just well executed, and so there you go. And these do both come with extra laces. This came with a white pair, this came with a black pair. So there's that. Maybe that'll breathe some life into these or something. I don't know. But it's an option. And so there we go. There's that. I don't have anything else to say because I've said everything that is relevant. So I'm going to close this video out. If you have anything to say to me that you want me to respond to, like some kind of question or statement, and you want to get my reaction to it or something, go ahead and do that. This is your moment. Otherwise, I'm going to start closing this thing out so I can move on and go to sleep. Well, after I watch whatever episode is next on the Marvel What If series. So from me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's very much night here. It feels super late. I sat here watching like an hour and a half of a Mondo thing about that Bane figure, which was really informative, by the way, and just, it's cool, you know, like seeing how the figures are made, but I also like to see what else is coming around. Speaking of which, if anybody's in Chicago and wants to do me a favor, I'll get you a ticket to C2E2 so you can pick up something for me. But either way, I think that's enough, right? Is that enough? It's got to be enough. I mean, I've been talking for like 20 minutes, right? What's the timer saying? 20 minutes and 20 seconds. So yeah, not bad, not bad. All right. Loving the Pumas, says Man Samusa, and have a good night. You have an even better night, sir or ma'am. I'm not quite sure. I honestly have no idea what you are. But either way, there's that. I'll be seeing some of you guys in a little while, I guess, in another couple days when I do this all over again. I'm just killing time until I find this end button. There we go. There we go. A little bit of, a little bit of just delaying things. But here's this.